In this video, we'll be taking a look at a few chart analysis to get you prepared for the week ahead. If you love the content, please like, subscribe, and leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. And if you're interested in learning trade Forex like a professional, we have our Forex trading course on Udemy. I believe it's going to help you a lot in becoming a profitable trader. If you're interested in that, check out the link in the description below to get access to that course right now. So without further ado, let's get started. So this is the gold chart on the 4 hours time frame, and I'm going to try as much as possible to go as quick as I can because we're going to be taking a look at over 6 different charts, right? So we got rejected at this area of value for gold, and there's a good chance we're going to head into this area of value, which is probably going to be a good support level for us to take a bounce to the upside, or probably get a consolidation to aim lower. So I'm going to go down to the lower time frame to see if we can spot out good trade opportunities on gold for next week, right? So this is the 4 hours time frame. I'm going to go down to the 1 hour time frame, so I'll show you exactly what I'll be watching out for to take advantage of the price action on gold next week. So I'm probably going to go short, right, at this current price level, but it wouldn't be ideal to do that because of the risk management, okay? So I'm going to wait for price to slowly creep into this resistance level or this area of value, where we are going to look for an opportunity for a rejection followed by a move like this before we go short to the downside. So our entry is going to be around the breakout after we get rejected from this resistance level, and our stop loss is going to be above that rejection, so our stop loss is going to be above that rejection. First take profit target is going to be around this price level because it's our next immediate area of value. Then if we get another consolidation over here like this and a bearish breakout, then we're going to continue riding the bearish move till we get to these price levels. So these are I'm going to trade gold if you are not yet in on the trade, because last week on Friday, I think, or Thursday, I sent out this setup on our Discord community. If you're not on our Discord, try to join our Discord with the link in the description below. You're going to learn a lot from experienced profitable traders, right? And it's totally free. So I got in on a trade at this break of this trend line, and I'm still holding up positions. But for those who are not in yet, this is what I'll be watching out for: a slight retracement back to these highs, followed by a reversal. Then we go short, aiming for these lows here, right? So when we get here, then we're going to look for opportunity to either go long or short. So we wouldn't just be jumping into a buy position or more short position, because there's a good chance we do this, right? They'll come into this level, then we consolidate a little, and then we reverse in continuation of the current bullish move, right? So if this happens, then we go long, right, instead of going short. If this happens, we go long over here, and our stop loss is going to be below the consolidation, and take profit is going to be around this resistance level. So this is how I'm going to go for a long position if we do get into this area of value. Otherwise, if we don't get this long position, then we are going to see something like this: consolidation, a breakout to this price level, consolidation, and then a follow through as a bearish continuation pattern. Okay, so these are price moves in waves, and if you've gotten our Forex trading course, you're going to understand this by now. So some traders, they expect price to maybe hit an area of value, then keep going down if it's going to go bearish. This is not how price moves, right? So if you take our course, you will understand the principle of price movement. So price declines, consolidates, which is a scenario for the price to take a breather in order to decide where it's going to head next. Then we'll continue, consolidate, continue, consolidate, continue. So this is known as a wave formation. So price moves in waves and not a straight line. So this is how I would be trading gold this week. So just a quick recap: I'm going to wait for price to come into this area of value, get rejected, get a consolidation, breakouts, aiming for this area of value, where I'm going to watch out the price action to see if we either go up or go lower. So this area is where I'm going to decide if I'm going to go long or continue going short. So for now, I'm just going to wait for a pattern over here to go short if you are not yet in on the trade. Like I said, I'm already in on this trade and I'm holding my position. So I might go into more positions if we do get more confirmation that we are going to indeed go lower, like retesting this area value, consolidating a little, and then getting a bearish breakout. So this could be another signal for me to add to my positions, right, and aim for these price levels as my take profits level. So that's it briefly for gold. Moving on, we're going to talk about GBP-USD. Really quick, GBP-USD seems to be in a bullish trend, but right now we are trading around an area of value. So we are either going to break through this trend line, aiming for lower price targets, or we are going to see a bounce, aiming for higher price targets. So I'm going to zoom in to show you exactly what I'm watching out for on GBP-USD, right? So going on to the 1 hour time frame, because currently this is the 2 hours time frame. So on the 1 hour time frame, I can clearly spot a bullish divergence, right? So you can see price making lower lows 1, 2, 3, and the RSI, which is our relative strength index, making higher lows 1, 2, 3. So this is known as a bullish divergence, and my scenario to go long would be waiting for price to consolidate a little, maybe come back to this low, consolidating a little, and then breaking out from this trend line and aligning with the highs of this divergence, okay, this bullish divergence. So right now you can see lower highs and we have a trend line across. So my scenario to go long would be waiting for a small consolidation within this descending wedge, right, or a falling wedge, and then breaking out aggressively to go long. So my entry is going to be around these price levels after the breakout. Stop loss is going to be below the consolidation that leads to the breakout, and first take profit target is going to be around these highs. So first take profit target here, second take profit target is going to be around these price levels. And if I still have more positions, I'm going to trade my positions as we move higher. So these are I'm going to trade GBP-USD for a long position. I know it's going to require a lot of patience, and I'm going to do that because we are clearly having a bullish divergence. So a breakout from this trend line is going to be my confirmation to go long, right? So if we do get more, price consolidation within this falling wedge, then that could probably align itself with this trend line we have over here, right? So I'm going to zoom out a little. So if you zoom out, you see we have this trend line, we have this trend line cutting across the lows of this price action, right? So this will correspond with this trend line where we then get our breakout from this the resistance level of a falling wedge for us to go long, right? Aiming for first target, second target, then trailing the rest of our positions to go higher. So this is how I'm going to go long on GBP-USD. As for a short position, I'm not just going to jump in into a trade right now. So I'm going to wait for something like this. So I'm going to zoom out again. So I'm going to wait for a sort of price action that invalidates the bullish divergence we have on the RSI and the price, right? So I'm going to wait for some sort of consolidation, right? A good consolidation, then a breakout. And this breakout needs to print out a price action on the RSI signifying a price making a lower low, so something like this. So this low, if this happens on the RSI, then this is going to be lower than this low, and this totally makes this bullish divergence invalid. So that's going to be the scenario in which I go short. So my entry is going to be around the breakout, stop loss is going to be above the consolidation that leads to the breakout, and my target is going to be around this area of value over here. So this I'm going to trade GBP-USD for both a buy scenario and a short trade scenario. Moving on, we're going to talk about EUR-USD real quick. So EUR-USD, we had a very nice bullish run over here. So this is a bullish run we had, and this is a 4 hours chart, by the way. So we had a bullish run, a good consolidation up here, and then a reversal. So I'm going to go down to the 2 hours time frame to see if you can spot out good trade opportunities for the week ahead. So right now we seem to be trading around this area of value, so over here. So I'm going to wait for price to come into this area, see how it reacts, maybe create a higher low, and then I'm going to go long in continuation of the massive bullish move. The reason why I wouldn't be jumping into a trade when we hit this price level is because we may consolidate and then fall lower, aiming back at this area of value before we go higher, right? So that's the reason why in this case I am going to be patient enough to see if we bounce off, create a higher low, and then find an opportunity to get into a trade probably around these price levels, right? Because this means we are likely going to be bouncing off of this area of value, not falling for a trap, just in case we are going to hit this level, consolidate, and go lower. So the reason why I'm doing this is because we have enough room here for price to experience some sort of reversal before we go higher, since this is still a valid bullish trend. I hope you get the point. So I'm going to go down to the 2 hours time frame to explain my point more clearly. So going on to 2 hours time frame, Yeah, so this is 2 hours time frame on EUR-USD. So we are trading close to this area of value, and we seem to be oversold currently on the RSI. So it's logical to expect a move into this price level with any bounce. But I'm not just going to jump into a trade when we hit the area of value. So I'm going to wait for a reversal, a higher low, and a move upward. So this is going to be a better confirmation that we are indeed going to reverse, or we're indeed reversing from this area of value, aiming for higher price targets. And my entry is going to be around this price level. So when we break out from the consolidation after hitting the bottom, and then my take profit, first take profit is going to be around these highs. Second take profit is going to be as we move higher. My stop loss is going to be maybe probably around these price levels to be at the safer side. So it's all about your risk management, right? For you to determine where you are going to open your position, how you're going to take profit. So this I'm going to go long on EUR-USD. As for a short position, I'm going to wait for something like this. Excuse me. So as for going short, I know this is a bullish trend. It's not ideal to go short, but I'm going to go short if we see something like this, a fall into this area of value, a consolidation, forming some sort of bearish continuation pattern, a bearish breakout. So this would be my scenario to go short around this price level. Stop loss is going to be above the consolidation that leads to the breakout, and first take profit target is going to be around here, or main take profit target is going to be around here. Meanwhile, just because I say my take profit target is going to be around here doesn't mean I'm going to wait all the time for price to get my targets. I have a habit of always closing my trade early when I make enough profit. So it's just my own trade principles. So I take profit most of the time before I get my target. That's how I trade, and it works for me just fine. Okay, so if you follow us on Discord, you're going to see these things in action. When I drop a setup, I get into the trade. I tell the community when I exit those trades. So join that Discord. I have the link in the description below. You're going to learn a lot, right? So that's it briefly for EUR-USD. Moving on, we're going to talk about Nasdaq, right? So we have Nasdaq, which is one of the most important indices in the United States stock market, right? So we have an area of value over here, and we seem to have experience some sharp decline from these highs. So the reason why we are having this decline right now is because earnings are starting to come up for the second quarter of the year, right? So this is July. So June marked the end of the second quarter of the year. So various companies in the United States have started dropping out their earnings reports. So I think it's been bad so far. That's why we had this decline on Nasdaq, not just on Nasdaq, but also on the S&P 500. So I'm going to watch out for something like this to go long. I'm going to wait for price to come into this area of value. Same principles with what I'll be watching for EUR-USD. Watch out for a bounce, a consolidation, and then a move higher. So this would be my scenario to go long on Nasdaq. My entry is going to be at the breakout from the consolidation after the bounce. Stop loss is going to be around the lows of that consolidation, or probably around these lows, depending on the risk management I decide to employ at that time. And my take profit target is going to be around these highs, and these highs, of course. So first target here, second target here, right? So this is how I'm going to trade Nasdaq. So most importantly, I'm going to first of all wait for price to come into this area of value, bounce off. I'm going to watch the reaction, then I'm going to look for an opportunity to get in after a bullish breakout, confirming that the price is indeed going to reverse from this area. While for a short position, in line with this current decline, I'm going to wait for price to creep into this area of value, get us a good consolidation, and then a bearish breakout as a continuation of the bearish move. So it doesn't matter how big this consolidation looks. It may take 2 days, it may take a week, it may take 1 day. So as far as we get this bearish continuation pattern and a bearish breakout, that's going to be my signal to go short on Nasdaq. So that's it briefly for Nasdaq. Moving on, we're going to talk about EUR-JPY. Nothing much to talk about here other than we are currently trading around a resistance level in a bullish trend. So this is kind of like a no-brainer. I'm going to wait for a consolidation around this price level, right? And then a bullish breakout for me to go long in continuation of the current bullish trend. So this is a 4-hour chart on EUR-JPY. So I'm going to go down to the 2 hours chart real quick to show you what I'm talking about. So this is the 2 hours chart. We had a good rejection around these highs, and now we seem to be visiting these highs again. So I'm going to wait for a consolidation, right? So a good consolidation, and then a proper breakout above these highs for me to go long. And I'm going to go long around above this resistance level after the breakout. Of course, stop loss is going to be below the consolidation, at least the breakout. Then I'm going to trade the rest of my positions as we go higher. So that's it briefly for EUR-JPY. I really don't want to make this chart complicated. I have no reason to go short, even if we get a consolidation like this. For example, we get a consolidation like this and then we get a bearish breakout. I am not inclined to going short. So even if we get something like this, I wouldn't be going short, because this is a strong bullish trend, and the rate at which the JPY is getting devalued, I think this thing is going to go straight to the sky. So it's going to be too risky for me to go short. That's why I'm going to be looking for opportunities to go long. So if we get a breakout like this, then I'm going to, if we get a bearish breakout like this, then I'm going to wait for price to come back to this area, this lower price levels here, for me to look for long positions, right, in trade higher. Okay, so this I'm going to trade EUR-JPY. Moving on, we're going to talk about S&P 500, which is the US 500, right? So US 500, similar to what we have on the Nasdaq, seem to have broken out from this trend line, retested this area of value, and now we seem to be experiencing some sort of decline, right? So this is a 1 hour chart. Not to make this chart too complicated, I'm going to watch out for probably a good reversal back into this level, a consolidation, and then a bearish breakout to go short. I know this looks unorthodox because we are close to this secondary of value, but if we get a bigger consolidation around this price level, and I think this area of value is going to be insignificant, probably the next target is going to be around these price levels over here before we probably go higher, if indeed the price is going to head higher, or we're probably going to see a consolidation and then a bearish breakout, right? So this I'm going to trade US 500 for a short position. Okay, so this is one case scenario. Then I'm going to go over here to show you another opportunity for a short position. So alternatively, we can tap into this area of value, get a good bounce and a consolidation, and then a bearish breakout. So this is another case scenario to go short. So most times when we put expectancy in the market, it doesn't come exactly as we expect. It doesn't come exactly to the letter the way it is in those textbooks you buy to learn trading, right? So you just need to understand price action, understand your levels, and then understand the risk to reward ratio for whatever trade you're going to be taking. So I'm going to watch out for something like this to go short if we indeed get a bearish breakout after this consolidation. And my take profit target is going to be around here. Stop loss is going to be above the consolidation that leads to the breakout, and we take it from there, right? So right now I don't see an opportunity for a long position unless we come into these price levels here, right? So I think if we decline enough to get into this area of value, this would be a good opportunity for a long position, or probably if we get into these price levels over here. Okay, so this would be opportunities over here. So this will be an opportunity for a long position. So for now, I think we are at an extremely high price levels. So I'm just going to look for opportunity to go short as a as to trading a trend reversal on US 500. So firstly, I'm going to wait for that consolidation over here, which will be my signal. Excuse me, just going to adjust the chart a little. So I'm going to wait for a consolidation around this price level, bearish breakout to go short, which would be my signal to go short. Coming to this price level, I'm going to wait to see what price does, if we're indeed going to reverse or break through. Watch out for this level, look for longs or shorts. So I'm just going to follow the price action as it progresses, right? As we get to individual area of value, then I'm going to watch out the price reaction and take my trades accordingly. So for now, I'm bearish and I'm going to trade according to my bias, right, which I've just shown you on this chart. So another reason why I'm bearish is because the RSI is currently at the middle of the range, right? So we are slightly bearish, so the BS seems to be in control, right? So by the time we get into the extremely oversold level at an important area of value, then I'm going to start looking for opportunities to go long, right? So lastly, we're going to talk about crude oil real quick. So crude oil, taking a look at this chart, you can see we are currently trading above this area of value. So there's a good chance we might be heading higher, right? There's a good chance we might be heading higher after a breakout back into this area of value where we might see a decline or probably a consolidation and a bullish breakout. So going on to the lower time frame, excuse me, I'm going to get rid of this. So going on to the lower time frame, let's say the 2 hours time frame, for example, I am going to be watching out for something like this to go long. Okay, so I'm going to wait for a good consolidation like this and a bullish breakout for me to go long. This will be my signal to go long, and my stop loss is going to be below the consolidation and lead to the breakout. Entry is going to be at a breakout, and stop take profit target is going to be around this price level. Like I said, I might take profit early, but this is just my price target as a result of this analysis we're taking right now. So if we do not get a consolidation like this and an immediate breakout, we might get a reversal. Okay, so we might get a reversal back into this area of value where I'm going to look for opportunities to go long, either from a bullish engulfing candle, an inverted hammer, or an hanging man, or a shooting star, whatever chart patterns you know that works for you. For me, it's a bullish engulfing candle. If I get that around these price levels, I'm going to go long, and my stop loss is going to be below these lows. Entry is going to be after the close of the bullish engulfing candle. First target is going to be around this highs. Second target is going to be around this price level. So this is how I'm going to trade crude oil. And that's it for me, guys. If you love the content, please like, subscribe. If you're interested in joining a lovely community of professional, profitable traders, check out our free Discord community. I have the link in the description below. Join us, and your trading results it's never gonna remain the same. If you're interested in learning to trade Forex like a professional, check out our course on Udemy. I'm going to teach you everything about Forex trading, my principles, my trade techniques, and I believe it's going to be a wonderful experience for you. So that's it from me, guys. See you next week.